What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be running through the Friendship Gulag with my Blurred Trickster Maya build. People ask me to do some mob runs where I do not use the Pimpernel as my primary weapon, and so I'm going to be using one-bladed Tattler and a pair of practicable butchers today. And hopefully we'll be able to run through this area without too many issues. If you don't recognize this area, it's probably because it's not used very extensively in the game. The only reason you'd come here is for a Good, the Bad, and the Mordecai quest, as well as if you take too long to save Roland from the Warden, that is. He'll get brought here. Now, the Tattler is a pretty good weapon for the chain reaction Blurred Trickster build. One thing it does lack a little bit is damage at range, which is kind of irritating. I wanted those guys to get pulled together with chain reaction, but because they were at different elevations, sometimes that doesn't work out. Go ahead and phase lock this guy. Finish him off as well. So the Tattler is really good at close range. But I think the Butcher's just overall superior to it. Whether you're at point blank range or distance or anything else, really, the Butcher is really powerful. I think one thing a lot of people are forgetting when I play this Blurred Trickster build, or they play with it, is that the Blurred Trickster class mod actually carries a very nice passive fire rate boost, 32% there. And that actually helps out quite a bit. Especially with the weapons that, work really well with the build, like the Pimpernel, the Butcher, and other guns as well. It's extra nice. Obviously, it doesn't help too much with a gun like the Twister, which is really good with this build. But the Pimpernel and Butcher definitely benefit from it quite a bit. Alright, so one of the reasons I kind of like this map is it gets pretty chaotic at times. The spawns can come at a different, variety of angles to you. And they can also send a, fairly diverse group of spawns as well. And so I wasn't really expecting to get that many exploders there, but that's what we got. And you saw, we got an enemy spawning over there. They're shooting at me with a corrosive damage over time gun, and I'm getting more and more of these exploders right now. This is a very exploder heavy run, but that's not too bad, and we're able to work through it with just a little bit of attention to detail and making good use of the survivability that comes with the build through skills like inertia, life tap, and kinetic reflection, which are all kill skills. So we're going to have to get some kills and use that to continue getting kills and kind of staying in the line of fire so that we can keep getting these kills and everything and keep our kill skills up between phase locks. And if we're able to do that, we should be able to face tank most of these enemies with a Blurred Trickster build. Obviously, I don't recommend, walking headlong into a ultimate badass loader, but when you're just fighting guys like this, that's actually something you can do. I caught that damage over time there, but I was able to work through it because of I think I have 3 points in inertia right now. One tweak someone recommended for the build was taking a couple points out of accelerate so that you would only have 3 out of 5 accelerate and dropping them in inertia for extra survivability. And that's probably a good move, but I do like the bullet speed and gun damage from accelerate. And I find that 3 points in inertia is usually enough to keep me alive. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kill some more dudes here. The Butcher is actually surprisingly good at range for a shotgun, especially, and that's pretty cool. Go ahead and finish off these guys here. I didn't want to take damage from that guy, but I was able to use life tap to go ahead and get my health back. Now, the Tattler does lose some of its effectiveness at range, but it's still a pretty good gun. As you can see, it kills those dudes pretty quickly. Do I have any weapons that I want to replace the Tattler with in this run right now? I guess, nah. I don't really see a need for the conference call if I'm going to be using the Butcher. Too many shotguns would get a little bit redundant, and I didn't bring, unfortunately, a corrosive. That was a mistake. I should have brought a corrosive Lyuda, but didn't. So we're going to go ahead and throw in the Sandhawk for just a little bit and see how we can do with that. Wow, the Sandhawk is definitely better at range than the Tattler by quite a bit. Alright, so I'm going to phase lock this here and see if I can shoot it from a distance. Oh yeah, the Sandhawk's really good. The Sandhawk's even good without the B. Don't let anyone fool you. You definitely don't need a B to make this gun effective. Oh yeah, that was awesome. I watched a lot of the NBA stuff go down today from the, excellent view of the internet. LeBron went ahead and did go and sign with Cleveland. I don't know if you guys had paid any attention to that, but one thing that was kind of funny, especially for me since I kind of work in web design, was that the story was first confirmed, basically in my opinion, that LeBron was going to Cleveland because his web developer, who works on LeBronJames.com, had mistakenly left a couple pages source files kind of visible and stuff on pages that didn't have content yet, I should say. And people were able to see a color palette there that included red and gold that are the exact shades that the Cleveland Cavaliers have, which is pretty interesting. Because that kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit early. And I noticed ESPN was almost kind of shy to report on that because it seemed like they wanted to go ahead and milk as much as that LeBron coverage as they could and everything. But as soon as I knew that, that there were Cavaliers colors basically on his site, that he was going to go ahead and go to Cleveland. And so, if you're going to do, an own personal site like that, and you're going to tell your web developer, like, hey, prep because I'm going to Cleveland and stuff, definitely be prepared. If your web developer is going to mess up. Because he was planning that whole time to do that Sports Illustrated article and stuff for the cash. Dude's a marketing genius, but, yeah, that was kind of funny to me that all that happened the way it did. I'm interested to see where all the other dominoes fall as well. I don't know if you guys pay too much attention to NBA basketball or anything, but I find it pretty interesting, and I really want the Oklahoma City Thunder to go ahead and start winning a championship eventually, because I was born in Oklahoma, and I always wanted Oklahoma to have a pro sports team. They never had one while I lived there, so I have to go ahead and root for them now. That surveyor was kind of stupid. He flew directly into my Sandhawk bullets there. Just working through this area. It's kind of like a little 6x6 cube with a little extra stuff on the bottom side, I guess you'd call it. Or I guess not 6x6, actually 3x3. If you look at how it's set up, it's kind of divided here a little bit. And that's pretty cool. We're over here now. We're going to work our way down here and go ahead and finish off the map. I just really like this map because it's got all these different spawn configurations that can come at you. Like I said, I was working through some of those exploders earlier, but we got past that. And sometimes you get a lot of ultimate badass loaders that appear on roofs and stuff, and that can be definitely precarious for you. I'm pretty impressed with the Sandhawk right now, actually. I'm more impressed with it than I was during my bar run with it, so that's an interesting thing to note. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the lower guy and see it bounced and killed the higher guy, so interesting there. It was definitely the stronger robot that was on the ground. Yeah, the Sandhawk's good enough to just kill this guy using corrosive damage, which is pretty cool. No B required. The Sandhawk is just a good gun that happens to be broken with the B. So, cool stuff. If you can hit critical hits with it, it's even better. And it has a kind of wide, spread and everything that's fixed, so it's not too difficult to hit critical hits with it. Catch a damage over time, shock damage over time, probably from a surveyor. So we're going to need to find that surveyor and put an end to him before that ends up killing me. But the surveyor's pathing is taking a long time to get to us. Irritating. Alright, been using the Sandhawk for a little bit. Switch to the Butcher here. I was informed that I should go ahead and switch to a Bandit grip on my Butcher to get a higher fire rate and a higher mag size, which works really well with the Butcher's special effect of not using ammo sometimes and actually adding ammo back into the magazine. And this allows you to get even more sustained shots with the Blurred Trickster build and the Butcher, meaning you shouldn't have to reload during a phase lock most likely. The fire rate from the Blurred Trickster column is really nice with the Butcher, and also the extra mag size from Foresight also works in addition to it. As you can see, the Butcher absolutely wrecks those little Surveyor dudes. Oh, I'm out of grenades? That was unforeseen. But such is the case. Alright, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful with survival right here because I don't have any of my longbow slag transfusion grenades, which I was kind of counting on. Excellent. I was pretty sure I was going to die there, but it ended up working out that I didn't. Excellent. That kind of demonstrates the survivability of the Blurred Trickster build. If you're playing badly like I was there, you can still get by without dying and everything, which is nice. Just a few more enemies to kill here, and we'll be back to the front of the map, and we'll have cleared the Friendship Gulag. So, if you didn't mind my really late at night / early in the morning rambling about the NBA on a Friday night after I'd stayed out a little bit, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do very much appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, please take the time to subscribe. I'd appreciate that as well. Otherwise, you know, like I said, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. I'll go ahead and give you a look again at the skill build I used. And just a reminder, this build is available for download on a video that I will leave linked in the description of this particular video in case you're interested. One more time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.